Okay, we live. Good morning, millionaires. Good morning, millionaires. I hope everybody's feeling good this morning. My name is Haziq Ali. Uh, I'm a revenue acceleration coach. I'm a self-esteem development expert, and I'm somebody who's here to help you go further, faster, with less effort. I hope you're feeling good this morning. I'm gonna go ahead and call in on this live line so we can get it cracking. We do this 7 days a week. Well, really 6 days a week.
You have something special. You have greatness in you. Hello, this is Les Brown, and you're in the right place at the right time
That's a
because
fact.
we're going to bring the millionaire out of you.
You know what I'm saying? Hold on just a second.
Thank you.
Here we go.
Please announce yourself. All participants are muted. Entry and exit tones are off.
Okay. Good morning, millionaires. Good morning, millionaires. I hope everybody's feeling good. Mr. Terry's in the house. I see you, big bro. Miss Kim Connor's up in here. My man P.O. Good stuff. Let's get it, Allie. Okay, then. Okay, let's get it. So, y'all hear me say it all the time. Sharing is caring, or the secret to living is giving, or the universe gives to the givers and takes from the takers. Or, one of my favorite Muhammad Ali quotes is where he talks about service is the rent we pay to live on planet Earth. I could go on and on and on. I could talk about the fact that in science, you get a clue because you get carbon dioxide from one plant, but then you give oxygen to a whole nother plant, right? I could go on and on and on. There's some real power in giving. And it's because of the fact that I've come to believe that there's a simple formula for success in life. There's a simple formula for happiness. And it is that if you help others in any way that you can, if you share what you have, even the problems that you beat, even your tribulations and trials and how you turned them into triumph, what happens is it begins to spread itself all across your life. There was a time when I was striving for happiness with my career, happiness with my relationships, my overall mental health, right? And I thought that it was a battle that I had to face on my own, that that other people had nothing to do with it. I couldn't have been more wrong. You hear me? Appreciate that, Ty. I couldn't have been more wrong. With that kind of mindset, I made my life more complicated. It didn't help me improve personally. It didn't help me improve spiritually. It didn't help me improve professionally. Then I decided to give another approach a try. Seth Godin is the one that I know as being famous for saying, give away your best stuff and watch what it does to your career. Give away your best stuff and watch what it does with your brand. So check it out. I started to share with strangers and friends. I started to listen. I started to try my best to give advice with compassion. I sometimes learned that just listening was giving, right? I stopped investing my time in only me type activities and I started doing we activities. That could be seeing somebody who's in need and helping them out. That could be spending some time with them, even if I ain't feel like it. You hear what I'm saying to you? That could be being more active in the local community, volunteering. All of this pays off tenfold because I got so much in return that I began to receive happiness in a way that I could have never given myself. So what I'm going to do this morning is I'm going to give you 6 different ways that sharing is caring. I'm going to give you 6 different ways, and maybe it'll inspire you to start doing more for other people too. If you're ready for the first one, give me a number 1 and a share. Let's get it. YouTube gang checking in. Let's get it. Give me a number 1 and a share. Let's go. Yeah, Mimi. What's up, Mimi? Mimi the motivator checking in. YouTube gang. My man Spoon in the house. Spoon know what I'm talking about. Spoon just did an incredible live. That may have been yesterday or a couple of days ago. I just saw it yesterday. But literally making something out of nothing out there in South Carolina. Y'all got to check him out. What's up, Crystal Clear in the house? All right, here's the first one, y'all. What's up, Simone? Let's get it, Queen. Here's the first one, y'all. Helping others is good for your health. Let's start with the health benefits, right? Doing something altruistic leads to positive physiological changes. Scientists have figured this out. It strengthens the immune system. It can reduce pain thanks to what they call endorphins. When you do things for other people, it releases what they call endorphins into your body. I started volunteering a bunch of years ago, right? Many of you, if you go to wearemillionaireminded.com, you see this whole thing where they documented, going to feed the homeless and all of that on my birthday, because that's a little tradition that I started for myself. Because when I was homeless, I promised God that if you'll just bless me, then I will become a blessing to others. Well, check this out. Do you know that volunteers live longer? They have better general health. Science has proven this, y'all. That the people that work in these types of places, they listen, even owners of pets have longer lives. See, I believe it's the little things that matter. I believe that when you're being there for a person in need, that's one example of something that seems really small to you, but it really matters to the quality of your life. If you choose a cause that involves direct communication with the less fortunate, you're going to watch your own life begin to evolve. Nothing compares to seeing another human being open up and realizing that nobody ever really listened to that person before. I love kicking it with homeless people. I love seeing what I can learn from people. You hear me? So when you give them exactly that, by simply keeping them company, you can see the transformation in their eyes. And that does something for your self-esteem you can never get anywhere else. You hear what I'm saying to you, Aisha? You better let them know. Here's number 2, y'all. It helps us handle stress better. It helps us handle stress better. We all have stressors in our lives, y'all, whether we admit it or not. We all get stressed. But little did I know that the solution to this too was hidden in volunteering. Once I began doing more for other people, once I began focusing less on my needs, less on my desires, my mental health started to improve. I started to find meaning in this thing called life. I felt good about myself. You hear what I'm saying to you? And then the signs of depression and stress and anxiety that I was feeling as I was going through it with, my ex-wife, all these stresses with my kids, all these stresses with, business. Some of y'all know my story. All my stores had gotten shut down. I was depressed as hell. But research has proven that what I experienced was not an anomaly. It's more like the fact of life. When you help others, it even helps your stress begin to melt away. The man with no shoes complained until he ran into the man with no feet. You hear what I'm saying? And science has proven that because of this reduction in stress, it increases our lifespan. If you're ready for number 3, give me a number 3 and a share. Give me a number 3 and a share. That's right. That's right. Give me a number 3 and a share. You ain't lying, Corey. Give me a number 3 and a share. What's up, coach? Let's get it, bro. Here's number 3. We form a deeper connection with ourselves just by sharing. We form a deeper connection with ourselves. Giving is a way to connect to others, but what gets really illmatic about it is that it also helps us to get to know ourselves better. It helps us to forgive ourselves. It helps us to become more compassionate. And ultimately, that leads to feeling good about ourselves. That leads to what you call self-esteem. That leads to what you call self-respect. We start to form a deeper connection, and now we got a purpose-driven life. We appreciate everything more when we're volunteering somewhere. It changes our perspective. It's proven to distract us from our own problems. And now we get to help ourselves a little bit more dealing with hardships that come along in life. I cannot count the deep conversations that I've had with people I wanted to help that meant more for them, I thought, but then it ended up meaning more for me, right? The conversations sometimes mean more than the food you've given them, right? When my babies are here with me on my birthday, we go out together. You know what I mean? I know they'll never forget those times as they grow up. You know what I mean? Matter of fact, my ex-wife started taking them out too. You know what I mean? Which is a competition I don't mind participating in, even though sometimes she gets on my nerves, right? Like, can I have something? But anyway, my whole point is, listen, the secret to living is giving. A lot of people, don't understand it. When you're out here at these homeless shelters, when you're out here at these domestic violence kind of like, some people forget what real connection feels like. Me and my man Jay Morrison during the podcast, he was talking about how he had to live in a shelter when he got out of prison, and he referred to himself as just another faceless voice in the shelter. And the reason that he used that term, which was haunting to me, was because a lot of times these people become invisible men. Just had a heck of an experience with my girl's family and whatnot, where, it's just deep, man. When you actually connect with people, people forget what real connection looks like. But once they experience it, their soul is reborn. You hear me? I got so many examples of this. I'm not going to belabor the point, but listen to me. Words ain't even always necessary. Sometimes your presence, just you having the energy right there, it changes lives in a way you can't imagine. Energy can't be wrong, y'all. If you're ready for number 4, give me a number 4 and a share. If you're ready for number 4, give me a number 4 and a share, right? There's something about the fact that the person in front of you feels that you're there to give without wanting nothing in return, right? And then they just accept your good energy, and then they send you back gratitude. It just does something for you. Give me a number 4 in the share. Give me a number 4 in the share. I still got 3 more for you. Here's number 4, y'all. Doing good for other people improves our social lives. It improves our social lives. Along with a better relationship with ourselves, what happens is we start to be able to form better relationships with other people. Isn't that crazy? You start to notice a new form of social connection that you weren't aware of before. Once we start helping other people who are in need, we start noticing little things in our friends, right? Now our friendships last longer. Now our friendships become deeper. But even if it's just for the sake of making somebody smile, man, you're going to find that now you're contributing. Every relationship you have is value for value. How many of us have a friend, right, that we just hang out with them because they make us smile, right? How many of us have a friend that we just hang out with them because they're a good listener? I mean, think about it, y'all. The reason we love dogs is because dogs just give you some of this. But they can't even talk back. They're just incredible listeners. Listen to me. Multiple studies have proven this, right? That we are social beings. And the more interactions we have in life, the better the condition of our brain is. Ain't that cold? Here's number 5, y'all. Increased happiness levels. Increased happiness levels is number 5. Nothing has ever made me feel more thankful for what I already have than giving. Helping others somehow opens our lives up to how little others might have. Sometimes you living in your little privileged existence, man. You an entrepreneur. You out here getting to it. You were blessed with the kind of mindset that makes that even a possibility. And you start to forget how people is out here in hell. But when you start to give with intention, when you start looking for opportunities to give, what happens is you start cherishing your own life. You start cherishing the people in your own life. You start cherishing your own body. You start cherishing your own mind and your own mindset. You know what I'm saying? It's a skill set to cherish your mindset. But it all comes, or it can all get boosted up by the fact that you're actually giving out here. You hear me? We use our time more effectively. We start to do things we love. We start to socialize a little bit more. You feel less in your shell because now you start feeling like more substantial out here. You start feeling like you're making a difference. Every time you do a good deed for other people, you get this feeling of euphoria. Again, that's that science talk. That's that neurology talk. Those are the endorphins that get released in your brain. You start to get this feeling of euphoria, and that can be addictive. It's a little mental boost that'll change something in you. You hear me? We start to seek more of the same feeling once we get to experience it the first time. People in need can't fake it, y'all. And they also can't hide their happiness. You hear me? So you leave sure that they're thankful. You leave pleasantly surprised at how much it affected them. You go in the extra mile. You know, you'll see this when you stay longer than you plan to, right? You'll notice this when you find that they want to be with you more than anywhere else in the world. Maybe you bring them personalized gifts, you know what I mean? And then you go back weeks, months, years later, and they still got that gift you gave. It cost you a couple of dollars, but it was priceless to them. What power there is in this kind of life. What power there is in this kind of life. And here's number 6 I got for you. This is the last one I got for you. We're about to get to our affirmations. Listen to me. Give more if you want better relationships. This is last but not least, y'all. Give more if you want better relationships. I noticed that giving is good for even my relationships. That too is scientifically proven. Listen to me. If you switch your mindset up to understand that the secret to living is giving, you start to experience kind of a spiritual growth. It starts to grow your spirit. You're not a human having a spiritual experience. You're a spirit having a human experience. But don't you let this world shrink you. Your spirit is infinite. You hear what I'm saying to you? And what happens is you start to feel your spirit getting more divine, getting more large when you don't focus on. I tell people all the time, what this world trains you to do is go from your physical environment to your thought, to your spirit. When you got to go vice versa, you got to come from your spirit. You're a divine, infinite creature. You're top of the food chain. You're God's highest form of creation, right? John 10:34. Somebody give me that in the comments. John 10:34, right? Psalm 77:14. I dare you. Give me that in the comments. Go look that up while you're researching. You hear what I'm saying? But what happens is scientifically, we start to experience greater spiritual growth. We grow our spirit, right? We find meaning. We start to feel this void that's inside. And now we find that we're braver. Now we find we're more complete. You hear me? And that begins to boost our self-esteem. Another great benefit of helping other people is that it affects our already existing relationships in life. Because now we got all this gratitude and we can't help but transform everybody around us. That transforms into caring about everybody else. That transforms into appreciating their company more. That transforms into making every minute with them count. My loved ones immediately noticed that I started to treat them better. They couldn't even put their finger on what it was. You hear me? They started to notice I respected more. I listened more. I complained less. So I hope this hit you. I hope this felt good. We about to go get to our affirmations. Yeah. Psalm 77:14. Psalm 77:14, actually. Yeah, there it is, Spoon. So John 10:34 and Psalm 77:14. I dare you look those up. It's affirmation time. We about to get to it. You know what I mean? It's affirmation time. We about to get to it. Call in. I dare you. Call in. I dare you. Let's try it. You know, I hope some of this science I gave you motivated you to find some little way to help other people today. You know, our mission in life is not always sure, right? You ain't even always sure what your purpose on the planet is. But let me tell you what I know for sure. I know it's connected to helping other people. I always say the secret of finding the purpose in life is that passion times service equals purpose. So it's what you love to do times how you can use it to help other people that equals your purpose in life. Repeat after me, millionaires. Here we go. I am so happy and